What has he done? 6 billion people.
All the people. All the people.
George. 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 You had a bad one, George.
Where are they? Where are the people?
You dreamt about the plague.
Plague?
But it's all over now. All of us who survived are genetically resistant.
What plague?
Oh, my God. I just killed 6 billion people.
I'm afraid this is the first time Mr. Orr has handled anxiety in a dream. It's not always pleasant.
I don't understand what's happening.
Don't you remember the plague?
Of course we do. I lost my parents, my 2 sisters. I watched them die. None of us could ever forget it. But it's over now, George. The plague ended 5 years ago, and we are the survivors. Life must go on.
You remember the plague, don't you? And don't you remember that you never heard of the plague until just now? That there wasn't any plague until an hour ago? You remember? Don't you remember?
Mr. Marsh is hardly qualified to comment upon your session. She's only an observer. I'm afraid he's a bit agitated. It has been a difficult time. Perhaps we'd better adjourn.
Yes.
I shall send you a full report of the augmenter's operation and current uses. That should take care of it. I'm sorry you found this distressing, Mr. Larsh. But you'll hit a real crisis session. Goodbye. Thank you.
Well, we really did it this time, didn't we?
Come away from the window, George.
You saw it. She saw it. 6 billion people wiped off the face of the earth.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to be straight with me.
Why don't you go home, George?
Admit it! Take responsibility for it!
Oh, I see. You're trying to transfer it all to me. You want me to take responsibility for your problem. Well, I can't do that, George. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had a bad dream, George. But it was your dream. It came from you, from inside of you.
I'm cracking up. Surely you can see that. You're a psychiatrist. I'm going to pieces here. You asked me to dream again, and what kind of world are we going to get? Maybe a totally insane one? Full of monsters? Demons or witches? Dragons? All the things that we carry around inside us, all the nightmares, the fears. What's going to happen when that gets loose on the world?
Are you quite finished? Your negative approach to
It's your positive approach that's the danger. Solve the population problem. See what happens. Don't you see that these things aren't problems? They don't have answers that you can find in your arithmetic book.
Defeatism. We were put here to make the world a better place.
Your attempts to use my dreams to make the world a better place can destroy it. It's not so hard to destroy the world, Dr. Haber. We did it. 4 years ago, April.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't think that you can outthink God.
You're worn out, George. You'd better go home and get some rest. The session's over.
You?
Go home, George.
acting like nothing happened. My dream stopped the rain.